So, guys, thank you for joining the Legend of the Five Rings playthrough Shadow Empire. It's back. It's season 4. I was wondering why I didn't have any people on that. I didn't hit a button that said go live. Thank you for joining us.
Were we?
Like I said, that you didn't hear, I'm on Moonbeam, and it is a tabletop role-playing game, like live stream service, kind of like it's like if Discord and Twitch like had a baby. I don't know. And it's for tabletop role-playing games. I have special invitations in the description for you to go check it out. And I'd like to see some people there. I'd like to see people try something new. It'd be fun, right? So go sign up for that. I bought in, so I need this. No, I'm kidding. Shadow Empire, yes. Let's get back to the character descriptions. My name is Corey, and I'm here with Crystal, Matt, Tarek, James, and Sasha. And those are all the people. And we were just doing Crystal's characters, Moshi Sora's description. Go for it.
I'm Crystal, playing Moshi Sora, your most favoritist fire Shugenja. Yep, she's good at fire, she's good at swords, and she likes to heal people with fire.
She's just all around hot.
Oh, Kurinagi sure thinks so. Why don't you go next, Tarek?
Several other members of our party.
I am playing Shishiro Kuranagi, your friendly neighborhood scorpion. She is a happy-go-lucky, glasses or bespectacled Shugenja who is the life of the party. She brings happiness and joy wherever she goes, and there's nothing more to see here. Just don't pay attention when she's doing stuff in shadows. I'll go ahead and pass it off to her best friend in the whole wide world, Naren.
Hi, I'm Sasha. I play Naren, formerly Bayushi Naren. She's a Ronin who is really good at doing sword stuff and specializes in dueling people. She is also best friends with Kuranagi. And I'll go ahead and pass it off to her rival, played by Matt.
She also hates it when you call her Meowrin.
No one calls.
Because of how
now it's going to be established. Thank you, Meowrin.
Meowrin. Meowrin.
Meowrin. Oh, Lord. Japanese onomatopoeia, anyone? All right, so hello, everyone. My name is Matthew, and I play Doji Daisuke, who is the group's warrior poet. And, well, you know, good at battles. He's also a courtier as well, and he is apprenticed to the new White Dragon. And let's see, he discovered some fun facts about the crane last season, and is definitely thinking about trying to put the clan back in good standing by rooting out all the nastiness that is not only within his clan, but every other clan involved in this large conspiracy. But he definitely needs help from the rest of his group, and maybe some other outside forces that are allied with them and have yet to be allied with us. All right, we are moving on to our unicorn representative. Go, James.
I play Hataro no Ide Youngso, musician and shinobi. And the events of the last 2 chapters have left him rather mentally battered. Physically, not so much, thanks to Moshi Sora, but mentally he is off right now.
Oh, this is not... There's going to be no help in the future. This is just going to get worse.
Well, I think as far as mental stability goes in the group, I might be the worst at the moment.
I'm probably going to need a little bit of context because, unfortunately, I forget the details.
First, traitors within his own clan were the first discovered, leading to a short-term civil war within his own clan.
Okay.
Then taking the perpetrators through Shugenja Forest and
Sheenaman.
dealing with all that stuff and getting a head wound that made him forget a whole day. Plus, he no longer remembers how he became friends with Kuranagi in the first place.
And he's also out of booze.
That, as well as his horse died, and he doesn't know how.
Yeah, Kuranagi's horse died too.
Because that was during the period that he lost.
Yeah, he doesn't remember the horse dying.
So he's left with a lot of what the fuck in his head. He was powering through the forest on anger, and now he's accomplished the goal the anger needed, and now the anger's gone, and he's kind of lost a little bit.
Well, that's a great description of the characters. By the way, I'm eating popcorn. It may not be the best thing to eat on stream. Just tell me if I got something in my teeth.
I'm not hearing any sounds come out of the speaker when you chew it, so that's a good sign.
There we go.
And at least each bite is quick.
We also have
I was about to say, bring out your
Bingo.
bingo. Bring out your bingo cards.
I knew I was forgetting something. Where did I put my sheet?
So along with Gearys that they have to perform, I'm giving them bingo cards with anywhere from mundane to rare to goofy activities that other characters perform. And when they perform those things, they can mark them off their bingo card.
Oh, there are a few things on here that I am sure will not be happening.
Don't make me self-conscious, Mike. Oh my God. You got there when they complete a bingo, they get to remove a disadvantage or gain an advantage that they want. That is
would,
the
of course,
reward.
have to make sense.
There is no sharing of your bingo cards. But you can give people, like, you can try and RP something happening in game where the other person, you can, like, push them in that direction. Like, hey, why don't you, like, get on the roof and check out what's going on out there? Huh? That might be good. Not you, him, that person.
I'm pretty sure about half the things on here are very likely to happen at some point.
Yeah.
Another like quarter are maybe, and then a full quarter are I don't think they're ever happening.
I'm hoping for some just fun little character moments. Nothing that will destroy the game or make people act out of character or anything like that. Just fun little character moments is what I'm going for. Do y'all want the news? What has happened between the seasons?
Give it to us straight, Doc.
So as you can see, it is winter time. Let me put up the map for everybody. There, now the people out there can see our map. We are back in the city of the Rich Frog. The Mia Genda has invited everybody back to spend the winter, safe from the Imperial Court. But Winter Court has been a thing. It has been a trying time in this age of the Shadow Empire. All of the clan champions are supposed to go to Winter Court. But Moto Minomen, the champion of the unicorn, did not arrive. She made an excuse as to why she could not arrive. The snow came early for Unicorn Lands and she could not get her entourage there. In response, the Emperor has ordered her to come and make apology in the form of relinquishing her clan and herself, which she is not going to do. She is gearing up for war. Because it seems like the lion...
That's full-out call for war at that point.
The lion are ready to swarm in and take her by force. That is what's currently happening. But more things have happened at Winter Court. Because of your efforts in Cinnamon Forest, delivering the Gazoku agent to the crab, it is now known that there are many entities out there belonging to the Gazoku and have the ear of the Emperor. While they publicly deny it, it seems that the fact that people know about it have moved up their timetable, and they're moving very fast. Maybe sloppy if they're moving fast. Maybe something you can take advantage of. But also, they seem to be moving out in the open now, which means they can get more things done faster. I don't want to get political, but it's like the difference between Trump's first term and second term here, where he's just like, I don't care, let's just go. Everybody knows we're going to do Project 2525, even though I'm not going to say it out loud, but we're just going to go do it. And that's pretty much what's happening. I didn't mean for these games to link up like this, by the way.
Next time on Corey Predicts the
and
Future.
the political thing that's happening in the real world. It wasn't supposed to be, but it's kind of cool that it is, actually. So the biggest move that has happened is that the Emperor has granted the Crane clan dominion over the Mantis clan and has dissolved the Mantis clan. They basically said that the Mantis are now a holding of the Crane.
Oh.
Wait, the Crane took over the Mantis lands?
Well, it's wintertime. Just saying, it's been ordered, is what has happened. If that makes sense.
I don't expect those pirates to take that easily in spring comes.
There is that. There may be a Crane Mantis war happening. Again, it's wintertime, so it's hard to move around troops and people. Less so on the seas, but I mean, that said, the Dragon Clan has protested this move, and the Dragon Clan champion has taken his own life in protest.
The Dragon Clan leader?
Yes.
Huh.
At Winter Court, in protest of what is happening.
Wow. That's massive.
It is extremely huge. Though the dragons still have not taken a side between the unicorn and the lion for some reason. Yeah.
That is kind of a wild development.
It is a very wild development.
There's some serious shit going on. This is ramping up real quick. Good to know, though, so that we can be prepared for what we need to do.
You guys have spent most of the winter in Crablands, and then you decided to take Miagenda's offer up because, what's her name? Kuni Kamikishi, the Kuni that has basically hosted you guys for a while. Got a boat because you got an invitation to Miagenda, to the Rich Frog, and she needs to return to her apparently unicorn allies since what happened between the crab and the unicorn worked out. Remember, the Kuni daimyo stayed with the unicorn to make sure that she was not a Gazoku in order for you to get to Crablands to do all this. And now that that's all worked out, it seems like the crab and the unicorn are closer than ever and might be backing each other up during this war. It really looks like that. So you guys have been taking a boat. Sometimes, for most of the trip, to break up ice, to keep the winds, the wind in the sails to go upriver. You've been using Shugenja magic, which is great because you have both Moshi Sora, Kuranagi, and Kamikishi. But, sometimes you had to portage. You had to, like, get your horses out, get people out, and pull the boat up during some. So it's been a hard trip sometimes, but y'all have made it. You have about a month of winter left, you think. Right?
Yeah.
So you've got to figure out how you're going to figure out what you're going to be doing during this time and gearing up for the most warlike spring in a long time. Because once the roads thaw and people are able to get around again, there's going to be lots of war everywhere.
Yep.
So
War
you guys
were declared.
You guys are on the river, sailing up, doing what's it called? Tacking. Getting the best wind to overcome the current downriver. And as you guys are sailing up, is there anything y'all want to talk about first? Is there anything y'all want to catch up on before you get to your destination? I'll say right now, to the west of you is farmlands. To east is the Lion District that is walled to this side of the river. And it ends in a giant mountain. And you're coming up on the wall to Unicorn Land, to the Unicorn part of the city. Even though this city is the dominion of the Mia family. It's been kind of sectioned off into districts. You got the Unicorn District, the Dragon District, and the Lion District.
While we were being hosted, Young So would have found an opportunity to tell Kuranagi how off he's feeling, and like he's going, I don't know really what to do anymore.
Well, you have to do.
I know the Giri and what Honor says, but
I was going to say what you can to try to remember.
I trust you, but I no longer remember why.
Because I'm the most trustworthy person in the party. Of course.
I might argue that Naurin might be as well, considering how direct she is.
Kuranagi is very trustworthy as long as you understand her. Her motivations are simple. If you align with them, you can trust her completely. If you do not, you're probably dead.
And given that you're alive still...
I appreciate her straightforwardness, in a way.
Oh, I'm quite simple. No need to worry about all the complexities. Just know that when I ask you to do something, you do it. And when you ask me to do something, I do it. Other than that, we need to find a way to make sure that we survive the winter. And somehow survive an eternal war. Which will be challenging, but what can I say? Speaking of, who here has any real experience in war?
Aside what we went through in the forest, nothing much else.
Oh, that wasn't war. It was a struggle, but it is nothing like war.
I have a question for Corey in that regard. As a Bushi, wouldn't Naurin be trained for war?
Oh, yeah.
That, like the premise of a Bushi? Okay.
Yes.
I just wanted to double check before I said so.
Trained to fight, yes.
I thought
having the tactics skill gives you, like, I believe that's what you use for
reward, yeah,
Yeah,
tactics.
tactics and command.
Which
tactics and
Naren is
command
good
skill.
at.
Yeah, if you got both
All
of those, you've been trained.
Okay, so then Naren would know.
Then Young So goes, I've studied it.
I only remember the lessons that I received while I was training in school. That was not much. Mainly in scouting maneuvers and, well, distraction.
When I was
Diversionary.
young, armies would pass by the village, and my uncle insisted I learned broad strokes.
See, I was always taught war was more dangerous when fought in courtrooms. And so that's where I focused most of my attention. I'm sure Doji-san could agree.
Most certainly. Though, major advantages and disadvantages would definitely happen out in the battles, and the bargaining power shifts favor depending on who has the most advantage.
And the biggest advantage any army can have is logistics. If you don't have a way of feeding your troops, you will lose.
I feel the peasants whose homes are soon to be destroyed because of this war would disagree with you, Kuranagi.
You guys
the
notice?
decisions that are made
Let me
about whether they
Let me just say
live or
this:
die.
these docks and these districts are filled with food storage from the surrounding farmlands. So while the farmlands are fallow from the snow, this city, if like you're like armies, right? March on their stomachs. This city is the
prime
apex
target.
for yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A war lasts as long as you can feed your troops.
Well, that is certainly the case.
As you scan the side of the river where the unicorn docks are, you see before you hear it fire, smoke and fire, and then you hear
Oh no. The battles began even before the snow melted.
Are we still on the boat, or are we getting off?
you're on the boat. Yeah.
On the boat still. And is this like near our destination, or is this like off the side?
So you are moving towards the center island here, where the let me
this
come
one?
on. Yeah, there you go. Thank you for doing that. Y'all are moving there to
Okay.
that's the governor's estate. That's where you'll be staying. And the unicorn docks are right here.
And this is where the
Mm-hmm.
explosions or whatever are happening.
Exactly. By the way, if you look at these icons and you open them,
We still don't.
instead of making your own
Okay.
note,
You have to click the journal
Oh,
button.
in the journal.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, not in the journal. On the left side of the screen, there's a button that says journal entries.
Okay.
You gotta click
I'll
that,
figure
and
it
it'll appear all of them.
What were you saying, Corey? If we click the journal, then they show up. Okay.
so and you can double click them, and then you can edit these and add things to each one of these locations that you guys think are important to them.
Oh, we can add notes here.
Yes.
Thing? Is this a cumulative thing? Like, is this cooperative note?
Yes.
thing,
It's a
or-
cooperative. Everybody has access to them.
I think we have to agree then, real quick. I'm just gonna say this because I'm about to start writing. We all put our name in front of a section where we write notes, and nobody deletes anyone else's, so that we don't lose anything.
Okay.
Or I think, can we have our own pages? It looks like we
Yeah,
should.
you can
So
you can
they're
create a
better.
page for yourself for each one of these. Yeah. Under add page, and then just make your page, title it with your name, and then write whatever notes you want down there. And then other people can read that note, and then you can read their notes on their page. That sounds like a great idea. You notice there's a large amount of people scrambling around. Some people are getting buckets of water from the river. And you see a bucket brigade starting to form. And then you hear it again. And
If
there
they
is...
all hold their action to pass the bucket of water at the same time, then they can break the sound barrier and
you
put out the fire.
And you look, and one of the buildings has a huge hole in it. The ceiling has collapsed a bit, and there's all sorts of debris out in the river.
Is a trebuchet being used?
Can we see colors? Like what
No.
colors are this army flying? Are these people
You
flying?
don't see an army. You just see people. Just regular people.
Daisuke, the debris flew outward. It was an
outward,
explosion
okay.
from within.
Oh, within. Okay, my bad. Are they using explosives in the storehouses?
You notice there's some fire inside.
There could be explosives stored in those buildings.
And I do not.
In the food storage.
Who says it's food?
I do not think it's merely fireworks.
Well, I don't see any opportunities to get off the boat to help.
You can go. You can just...
The docks. Let's.
We're okay. I thought we were still like on the river, like on the.
You are on the river, but you can move your boat wherever you like.
Do we know whose forces are clashing here?
No, you have no idea. It
Three
looks like
people.
chaos on the shoreline.
We've heard
So
two
we have no idea whose
explosions.
troops should have moved in here.
You can go
Uh,
there if you like. There's
It's
nothing
on the
stopping you
lion
from moving
side,
over
though,
there.
right?
Tarek, I can't hear.
No,
Corey.
it's unicorn. It's the unicorn
This is
warehouses that are
Unicorn Land.
exploding.
Well,
So it has to be unicorn and then someone else. And what did you say, Corey? I could not hear you.
You can move there. You can move your boat wherever you like.
No, I just meant we don't know who could possibly be causing this here.
Not right now. It seems like there is a lot of chaos happening. And it just looks like people are coming together to try and stop whatever damage is happening. But you don't see any assailants or anything like that.
Youngso,
Just
do you
people
want
dealing with putting out fires.
Youngso, do you want wish us to intercede or intercept?
Unless Sora can do something about the fires, I don't know what we can do beyond what's already being done.
I
have
can
another
always
question.
try.
Yeah, you have Shugenja.
Yes, I may be able to help put out the fires better than a bucket.
Could
in the
I
meantime,
make
we
a
could
tactics
make it-
roll to try to determine what enemy forces Naurin thinks could have made it here?
That's exactly what I was about to ask.
Like who the likely culprits are?
You'd have to
Based
go
on-
ashore and kind of investigate a little.
Mhm.
Okay. I can't just okay. Well, Naurin will still say the unicorn are our allies. If we let their food stores get captured before the winter, they will starve. At least this town will.
We need to do something to intervene as quickly as possible.
We are here.
Well,
As
we go
it's
ashore
happening.
then.
Okay, I'm going to highlight all your guys, and I'm going to move you on up to the shoreline here. Whoops.
Do you mind for my sanity if I write some stuff on the map to label like this? The purple is unicorn lands. The green is.
Sure, you can. I thought the color coding would have given it, but
I don't remember enough about it. Who's the green?
dragon.
Dragon. And then the yellow
Lion.
lion.
And
Purple.
the light green
I-
in the center is Imperial.
I have some XP. Could I quickly buy the extinguish spell?
Sure, I'll allow it. Go ahead.
That will help.
Right, because you
Then I'll
can
feel
get
helpful.
all of the flavors of spell. I only get fire and things that it
Well, extinguish
specifically
is-
says I can do.
funny enough, extinguish is a fire spell. It's a level.
I
1
know
fire
it
spell.
is. I have it.
I'm getting it.
Since we've established during this boat ride that Kuranagi and Sora are expert blowers, shouldn't they be able to put out this fire super quick?
I mean, I am an air
Blowers.
Shugenja, but I feel like if an air Shugenja walks into a burning building and starts
Just gonna
blowing
feed
air
it?
everywhere, it's just gonna get fucking hot.
I'm just trying to make it.
Backdraft.
That's all.
We don't want
But,
to turn this into L.A.
I'll learn exactly. I'll learn extinguish.
I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
learn extinguish.
I didn't mean
And,
to like. No,
Keep going.
that was a poor joke. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I
for
did.
that.
Oh wait, I did. We collected money. We also
Is
got
the
our
city of
stuff
the Rich
repaired.
Frog anywhere near here?
Give me one moment. Yes, Wargiz, Dragonfly. The city is
This is the city.
technically, it's the dragon and the dragonfly in that top area.
Where?
Up here.
Where the
So-
the green area.
Basically,
Yeah, but like
the
where?
Dragonfly clan keeps people from getting up into dragon territory proper. So this is technically Dragonfly territory, but people call it Dragon District because it's mostly with dragon people. And I think the dragon do own the city part of this.
Where would it be on the map for reference?
This
approximately?
green area
But I get that, but I'm wondering where within the green area
would
Kind of
Dragonfly live?
intermixed.
would the city of the Rich Frog specifically be?
It's the whole city.
This is the whole thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
the whole
Yeah.
city.
The
is
whole
the
I
city.
couldn't
Rich
tell
Frog.
if this was a city
It's-
or if this was. This looks like a way bigger, like continents. I don't know.
Yeah, no, this
It's
is
throwing me off a little
one
bit. I'm
big
trying to
city.
figure
It's
it
a
out.
city of the Rich Frog, and it's in the it's called a Three Finger River. Is
Okay.
that what it's called?
The
That
Three Sides
goes
River.
between it. Three Sides River.
So
The Three
everything
Sides
within-
River and the Drowned Merchant River.
Yeah.
Everything within these borders then is the city of the Rich Frog.
Yes.
Kind of-
Yes.
Everything inside of
It-
this.
If you're familiar with Texarkana, it's that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's where three places meet, and that's the city of the Rich Frog.
The city facilitates trade between the dragon, lion, unicorn, and the dragonfly clans. So says the wiki.
So say we all.
But the dragon and the dragonfly, they're very close allies, and they share their area of the district.
Well, since Youngso can't think of anything better for himself to do, he joins one of the bucket chains and helps
All
pass
right, you're
buckets.
in the bucket chain. Extinguish people. Would you like to extinguish the flames?
I'd like to run up and see how many flames I can extinguish.
Roll some dice.
Samesies.
Okay, TN3 Theology Fire check targeting up to 3 mundane sources of fire at range 0 to 3. I'm good at theology. Oh, there's so many dice on the screen.
Matt, what are you up to?
All right, so I'll be doing a little bit of an investigation, asking around, what happened, what was the...
You'll be talking to people. Excellent. And Narin, what is Sasha is not here. Okay.
Sasha is not in the room currently. She will be right back.
All right. Matt, I just want you to know what skill you're using to investigate socially.
Okay, so let me take a look.
Okay, I don't need opportunities on this.
Oh, it didn't spend the void.
I'm somewhere between either command or courtesy. So I'm thinking courtesy to since
All right.
it's obvious I'm wearing crane colors, and I'm wondering what the heck is going on.
Make a courtesy roll, TN2.
All right, I'm trying to think either reason or charm. So I think reason would be a better call
Okay.
for it. So let's see, TN2. Let's go.
Oh, did you mess up your
Just-
first extinguish?
Yeah, I was trying to spend a void, but it didn't actually go, so I just
okay.
re-rolled it.
All right, that's fine. I'll just.
And then
Oops, I
let
did
me
not
see if
take
I have
that
any
strike.
advantages that could help me here.
Let me just trash that one.
All opportunities, Earth Ring. Remove 1 strife. Okay.
I don't think so.
All right, so I'll use the opportunity to reassure another character in the scene with your presence, allowing them to remove 2 strife.
Celantis table, it is exactly the same in the current iteration of L5R. The Dragonfly clan are still their only thing is we keep people out of Dragonlands, which doesn't make them a very compelling clan in my opinion. But
They're a satellite clan, essentially.
yeah, they're the Belarus to Russia.
Would my skills in having keen hearing or being harmless help me in this situation?
No, not in extinguishing.
Because the fire's not expecting it.
Yeah.
I am back. You wanted to know what Naren was doing, right?
Yes.
How about this? What if I say I'm an ally of Kengo, so I'm rallying people to assist me with the process?
You're trying to get the kami together, and you're failing currently. I need to go to other people.
Okay, I succeeded, and I also have 2 opportunities I'd like to use for noticing something out of place. Not
All right.
directly connected.
All right. Not directly connected.
Let me see what exactly it says. Notice something missing or out of place in the vicinity that is not directly related to the task.
Oh, to the task of putting stuff out.
Yeah.
Okay. You notice that there are people with like lots of like backpacks and belongings, rucksacks, those types of things.
Okay.
Matt,
Yes.
you're talking to people.
Mm-hmm.
You get from them that this is just another strike in the war between the Dokugeru and the Boseki. That this is gang-related terrorism.
Dokugeru and Boseki.
Naren, what is Naren doing? What is her goal here?
I'm trying to figure out the same information as Matt. I'm trying to figure out like who's attacking.
How are you getting that information is what I'm asking.
Probably pulling like anyone I see who's not immediately assisting and putting out the fire.
Okay, so
and
you're talking to people?
Yes.
Are you going to make a courtesy or a command, or how are you going
I'll
to...
make a command check to command some peasants to tell me what's going on, yeah.
Okay.
You there!
Yes.
All right, TN2, you made it. You basically get the same information as Matt, that this is a gang strike between the Boseki and the Dokugeru. This is a strike by the Boseki. The Boseki are the aggressors here.
And those are the 2 major factions of gangs that we learned about last time, right?
That's right. That's right.
And you said the Boseki were the aggressors.
Yes. Crystal, you put out one of the buildings.
Woohoo!
And the chain of the the fire brigade chain that Ida Youngso is part of puts out the other one. Unfortunately, there's a lot of damage done here because it wasn't just fire, it was mainly an explosive blast.
They didn't leave a lot of flour around, did they?
How do you know? Would you like to check?
Sorry, meta knowledge.
Well, yeah, now that the fires are out, I would like to look around and see what was exploding.
Okay. Just by looking at it, you know that there seems to be an epicenter of the explosion in each one of these places. One was, they were both up against the wall, from the outside, and blew through two walls of these buildings, causing them to collapse at basically like a corner. You also notice that these are also boathouses, and they were building or repairing boats in here, and they are both now very damaged.
Ugh.
We had a falling out with one of the gangs the last time we were here. I don't remember which one it was though. Does anyone remember which one it was? The one that Bloody Hammer go.
I believe we had problems with
Check
both.
back.
Yeah, I think we had problems with both.
Nagi
but I
made
think-
friends with one.
Yeah,
I think
Kurenagi made friends with one, and then we angered another.
Yeah, I think the one we angered and operated in the unicorn area that we got the stables from was the. I think they started with a G, but I can't remember. It was the gravestones.
Boseki. The Boseki are the tombstones. The Dokogeru are the poison frogs.
That's
Just
right. We
for a
got along
refresher,
with the.
Bloody Hammer Gon was part of the Dokugeku. Or Geru? Dokugeru. You also negotiated a dojo for the Dokugeru. And gave them a dojo.
So now they are very strong.
The Boseki, you had an altercation with them at a boathouse.
Yep.
The Dokugeru had a stables. And that stables, I believe, is where they kept Kengo.
That
And a little
sounds
kid.
correct.
There's also a little kid there, right?
And the boathouse where you had an altercation with the Boseki, I forgot what happened there.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
The getting them a dojo, that was the thing that Kurenagi did? Was that what you negotiated? Or was that just part of the restitution for taking off the head of one of the
That was my geary at that point because we had to get the stables, and so we went to Moto No, and that's how we met her, and we traded a dojo for the stables.
That's right. And then Kurenagi got, was it the Boseki drugs? Or who did you get drugs for?
I got drugs, I think, for the Boseki. And someone on the inside working for the Scorpion. I don't have the notes for it though because I ripped out all my notes from my sheet and put it into the server. But I have to go back to the server and search for where my notes are on that.
Does that mean that the Scorpion could be connected to this gang war?
Potentially. That was my first job, was to make inroads with the mob bosses.
Yep.
Yeah. Was it with the Boseki that you made
It was
those
with
inroads?
I was supposed to make it with both,
But you did with...
but I did it with I think the Boseki,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not mistaken.
It was either one, not both, but like one or the other. I think.
Well, that's what I mean. but I only did it with one. Right.
Okay.
Though I do
So-
remember helping, I think, almost everybody with their Giri during that first adventure. Because I did help James negotiate the transfer with Noman. I
Well-
helped Matt do the negotiations and the trial against Kitsu
Satoru.
Satoru.
You are very handy as a ninja. Sorry, not a ninja.
Yeah, no, as a diplomat.
Yes. A,
Diplomancy.
a diplomat, someone who's good with talking to people and with discretion.
Who's a
And
diplomat?
advanced negotiation tactics.
Are you talking about Matt? Is Matt the diplomat?
Nope.
No, we were talking about Kuranagi.
Kuranagi, yeah.
That was so easy, none of us got it immediately.
Like, my character should be capable of it, but the player is not. But also, I do have a Giri question, Corey, like real quick.
Yeah.
So, repair the fracture of the Keru family, gaining the favor from the Mian for the service. Who gave Daisuke that Giri, essentially, is my
My mother.
Who? The Doji Daimyo.
Ah. Oh, okay. Huh. Didn't think the daimyo would take interest in the affairs of, the Keru,
The
but all right.
Doji always wants to put their paws in everybody else's jars.
Ah, okay.
And if they're able
Like
to have
number
said
one
they did a
Doji
favor and made the Kiru stronger than the Kiru owe them.
Think about this. The Keru, right now, in Shadow Empire, and this is not canon for every other L5R thing, I just want to make sure everybody knows that.
Just for
But
this
in-
module.
Just for this module, the Keru are a subfamily of the Mia right now. They have sworn an oath of fealty to the Mia. In
Mia are
doing
what?
so,
Imperial.
Oh.
in doing so, the a lot of the Keru family was upset about this. They were like, "We are the caretakers of this town, and we don't bow to anybody, even the Mia, and we're gonna keep doing the scummy things that we have been doing all this time, because that's how we always operate." And so, they basically continued their Yakuza-like tradition, but now are fracturized. Right? So you have the Keru, who are part of the Mia family. You have the Keru that are part of the Dokugeru. And you have the Keru that are part of the Boseki. And they all call themselves Keru. Because they all
Alright,
believe
and-
that they are the inheritors of the Keru.
Okay, so
the Keru are the third one of the gangs in between the Boseki and the.
They're like the
The
core
third
of the
one
family.
simply call themselves, or you can call them Mia, because that's what they are.
I just mean, I thought they're not the caretakers of the town. They're one of the three gangs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
the Keru are essentially the governors of the town.
Yeah, the Keru are
but-
the governors of the town under the Mia. They are Keru no Mia, I believe.
So what?
No Keru.
How do
Mia no
how do the
Keru, yeah.
Boseki and the Dokugeru differentiate themselves?
They have different territories.
Huh?
They have different territories, and that's all you really know. You didn't.
Well, no, we do know that they also have different mons that they wear. They wore different stylized clothing.
Yes, that is true.
We knew that. Well, at least Kuranagi knew that. She was the first person to pick up on their how to identify them.
Dokugeru. I will remind you that Dokugeru wore kimono with brightly colored spots on them, like a poison dart frog.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was just that their frogmon had spots, that they weren't immediately obvious.
Sometimes they
There
are,
was-
sometimes they're not. they're Yakuza. Sometimes they want to be seen, sometimes they don't.
There
And
was
the
something else
Boseki?
too about the
I
others.
like the idea of them wearing
I
tie-dye
don't remember if it
though.
was like they wore hats or something, but I remember there was something else.
Like the one you knew that was kind of like your contact, and I'm sure I don't know if oh, did I not do this? Crud. So Numachiko was like the contact Matt was talking with, if you remember that. And she wore
Been a
a
while.
red kimono with yellow spots.
Oh yeah, the group that he got killed
Yeah.
in the alleyway.
Yeah, I remember that.
We might not be so much fans of you anymore, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did we remember any of the other identifiers for the other clans? The Dokugiri have the kimono with the bright spots, but
Nope.
that was it.
All right, and how can we identify the Boseki?
That's a
just
good
asked that.
question. I never really looked into that. You really the only person who talked to them was like Kuronagi to make that underhanded deal that she did.
Yeah.
And then how you get to know the Mio no Keru is they're at the Imperial. They wear Mia clothes, and they wear Mia. They wear a Miyamon.
Yeah, and I believe we already have our foot in the door with the Keru because of our hard to say good deeds,
Well,
like in the festival or during the festival.
their daimyo is Keru Sobe, which you definitely talk to and have good relationships with.
Yeah, him and Mia
Genda.
Genda. We definitely. Kuronagi has like serious dirt on Genda and potentially dirt on people in the Dragonlands that she has found out more information about.
Naurin and Kuronagi have serious dirt on him.
Yeah.
That was my Yuri.
Not only did I have we found out about the Miyosukai on the loose.
Mm-hmm. And now you even know more about about Mahousukai in the area.
Yep, that's exactly what I was saying.
Joy.
I'm looking through. I had a whole thing where I put like a massive amount of notes in the Discord server, so I'm trying to go all the way back to try to find them.
I don't know, remembering all of this old stuff, bringing it all back, and then wondering how it's all changed since you last been here, almost a year ago.
Yeah.
Has it really only been almost a year? I feel like we've been playing the same game for like 2 years.
I don't remember how long it's been like out of character, but in character, the first game was in the spring, and here you are at the end of winter.
So it's only been a year. Quite the
In character.
In character,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
been almost a year.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, so definitely mine, or Daisuke trying to poach, was it Boseki? No, it was Dokugeru. Poach Dokugeru members still leaves a bit of a sore spot for them. Yay. Why was he tasked with this Giri again?
After we put out the fire, do we come into, do we run into any of the Boseki who are pissed that we put out their fire, or is it have they cleared out?
You don't notice any buddy who could be a Boseki or a Dokugeru right out the bat, right out the gate.
That's what I mean. But no one's storming up to us, ready to be like, "Hey, you put out our fire."
Yeah. Nobody's mad. Nobody's like.
I doubt they hung out. They were just like, explosive, let's go.
They there are boathouse keepers who are really like shaken, and there are people like consoling them, that kind of stuff, you know.
What building did they blow up?
Boathouses, repair and building for boats.
Okay.
You know, I want to further my investigation and like kind of look into like, you know, the areas that were like blown up, like see if it was lit using well, I mean, do they use oils? Like, is kerosene something that's used during that time frame? Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, you know, what was used as an accelerant.
Do you have any skills with
Skullduggery? Yes.
Skullduggery. I'll let you do that. Sure.
All right.
Skullduggery, I guess. Water for survey.
I would also like to make that check.
All right. TN 2.
Sure.
All right. TN 2. All right. Let's do that then. Whew. Just barely made it.
Actually, it's probably TN3. These are explosives. Y'all are not very good with those. So it's TN3.
Okay, I'll re-roll then. Give me a second. So let me re-roll again.
No, there's no re-rolling. You can take that roll and just like up it to TN.
Yeah. Okay, so I failed that roll then. Like I succeeded and then I failed. It's like.
So you guys just don't know enough about explosives. I will tell you this: explosives are illegal and rare, super rare.
Kuranagi has some.
Yeah, considering I have explosives and a Nushitaki, which is specifically used for making arson, could I maybe have a lower TN for this?
Sure. Since you have explosives and use them as a ninja, I'll do that for you. Sure. Okay. So what you get is that these are very powerful explosives that can blow through buildings and destroy boats, which means it's a powder keg barrel.
Ooh.
They brought in barrels about the size of like maybe your chest, you know, your torso. They put them down. They use black powder to basically they made a big fuse with using black powder, and they blew them up that way. That's probably why there was one explosion and another explosion. It wasn't coordinated. You know, it was coordinated, but it wasn't like, you know.
So I can assume Kuranagi and I compare notes, and she helps correct my assumptions.
Yeah, sure, if you want. I don't know. Is Kuranagi cool with that?
Kuranagi want Daisuke to know that she knows about explosives.
You don't have to tell me the nitty gritty. Just tell me what you suspect. Like, you know, is what the probable cause was, and I could accept that. Like, Daisuke won't.
Yeah, to give you a basic understanding of like, there was definitely some kind of explosive device used, which would be very hard to get in, especially under the kind of scrutiny that we have in the city right now, the tension.
Yeah, moving this kind of stuff around is hard to do. So
there has to be some internal sabotage going on. Like they probably snuck some members into the staff of this ship storage warehouse. So we're going to have to speak with some of the management of this building.
I'll be right back, guys.
Speak with management.
Like a Karen.
Actually,
or not.
About how the country has black powder? Like, is it kind of semi-historically accurate, where they got it from like places outside of Rokugan, or is it produced here now? Was it created here?
It was created here a long time ago,
Mm-hmm.
but let Corey answer because
Well, that's what I was hoping for.
Mm-hmm.
What's up?
I was asking you about the basic history of like black powder. Is it semi-historically accurate in Rokugan, where like this was something introduced by another country, or is this something that Rokugan produces themselves?
So it was brought in by another country. There's a famous battle called the Battle of the White Stag, I believe, right, Tarek?
yeah, Battle of White Stag.
Yeah, and
Vaguely buried
it was a huge battle between foreign forces and Rokugani forces, and it used gunpowder. And at this battle, after the battle was finished, the Emperor banned all Gaijin foreign stuff, including the use of black powder.
Which means there is nowhere in Rokugan that officially produces black powder.
Nowhere that
Not any
officially
longer.
does it. It's
That's what I was thinking.
hard to come
I'm
by.
sure there's places
I'm
that do
sure
it
there's
illegally,
somebody
but
who does.
It would either have to be brought in by someone, or it would have to be produced illegally.
Produced illegally, brought in, and if it's produced here, then who has the knowledge to do that?
Probably some.
So, if there is a person that has the knowledge, and this knowledge is a very well-guarded secret, you gotta ask yourself how many people then actually know. So
Right.
it may be a few, or it may be just one person. Because if anybody else has that knowledge, they might be put to death too. So they may put it all on one guy.
Mm-hmm. It is technically that the crab used black powder a long time ago, but they gave up on that within the dawn of the Empire time frame.
There is one legal way to use gunpowder.
Fireworks.
That's right. Fireworks.
The City of the Rich Frog, the last time we were here, they had a pretty massive fireworks display.
They did.
Display, yeah.
And I'm having a bit of a brain blast because we remembered somebody wheeling in barrels of fireworks stuff the last time we were here. And we thought
one
it
of
was
the gangs was actually supplying the fireworks for the display.
But I don't remember this very well. We were suspicious because we saw someone carrying in like barrels of firework crap around.
Uh-huh.
And we tried to investigate it, but Corey was like, "Nah, there's nothing weird going on. It's just for fireworks." Fireworks. But now that I'm thinking about it, who was it that we saw doing that? Did we ever figure that out?
There were a bunch of like just regular dudes setting them up.
Okay.
And the main guy. So I really didn't describe these people at all very much back then, but I'm gonna fill in those blanks right now. I'm gonna do a little retcon. And the main guy looked like he might have been foreign.
Okay. This is exactly the thing that I was trying to get to here, because I was like, black powder is a foreign thing, right? So we have foreigners here?
Here we go. I got all my notes again.
But these were definitely not fireworks here. This was
Right.
military grade explosives made to destroy this area.
Where's the Boat River? I'm gonna post these actually again.
At this time, Kuni... What is her name again? She got a big one. Kamikishi, that's right. Kuni Kamikishi will kind of wave you guys over and say, we can't linger long here. Mia Genda is waiting for us.
Certainly. We'll at least provide him the information of what happened here, then. Whatever we can, and hopefully he can send some forces to do further investigation over here.
Crap.
You do notice at this point, coming down the road are some Mia guards and unicorn guards, or samurai at least, coming to help with the situation with some officiality.
Well, it looks like they've got this well in hand. We should get moving.
All right. Well, off to the governor's estate, then.
All right. You guys get to the governor's estate. Oh, it's not open. Shoot. I gotta open up my mind mapping software with all the things in it.
I actually really like this little journal thing that you did because it drives me crazy when I try to take notes in my character sheet because they're super thin in the little box, super hard to read. And if I try to put them elsewhere, I lose them.
Oh, I'm glad you like it. Okay, so the governor's estate is on the middle island between all three districts, right where the two rivers meet. There is a small little dock where boats can. It's not little. It's a good sized river boat can dock here with like an entourage of people for like dignitaries and stuff like that. You've got a pretty good sized boat. There is a large building, but before that there is even a larger willow tree. If you remember, that willow tree is called Saibon Shoki, and that willow tree has a spirit living within it.
A nice, calm, friendly tree at that.
This isn't considered a castle. It's considered more of a manor house, but does have some of the hallmarks that a castle might have, including multiple floors, places that are very well defended. There are Mia house guards guarding this place. And there is also a smaller building that looks like a manor house too, a smaller version for the Keru Lord. There is a garden in the back, if you remember, with a statue to Kero Yuito, the wise frog. And, there's a lot of stuff here. There are heated outdoor baths, guard towers, servants' quarters, guest quarters, family quarters, a meeting hall, a dining hall. Lots of stuff. Lots of good stuff.
Lots of halls.
Yep. So, as you get out, the house guards will help you off the boat. And Mia Genda, he comes out to meet you with guards and with like an entourage of people with like his family. And he says, welcome. Welcome so very much back to the city of the Rich Frog, my friends. I hope the travel wasn't too strenuous. You can come inside and rest. But before that, I would like you to meet my family. This is my daughter, Mia Atsuko, who has recently completed her Genpuku this fall. And her husband, Mia Kito. Oh, I'm sorry. That's a different one. This is my eldest son, Miyakito, and his wife, Miyatamo.
Is this me? This is me Agenda, or is this the other guy?
This is Miyagenda. And of
Miyagenda.
course, I hope you remember my good friend and aide, Kiero Isobe. And you know, it's this grim-looking guy. Let me put up the token artwork here. This is the Frog Daimyo, Kiero Isobe.
He's the daimyo, right?
Yeah, he's the Frog Daimyo. And this is Miyagenda.
All right. What was his son's wife's name?
So his eldest son is Miyakito, and his wife is Miyatamo. Tameo. Tameo. Mia Tameo. Tamao. It's Tamao.
Okay.
And his youngest daughter, who just graduated Genpuku, is Mia Atsuko.
Uh-huh.
And these are people you've not met before. They were not here during the spring last year, during that celebration.
Did you say the daughter again? What was her name?
Atsuko.
Mia Atsuko.
Atsuko. Atsuko. Atsuko.
You know, honestly, I just do my best with these, and if they're wrong, then they're wrong.
As long as you can tell who's who.
As long as I can read it and butcher it only a little bit, then it's good enough.
Okay, I pinned all my notes into
This
the
is
Cyber
Mia
Samurai.
Tomato.
Mia Tomato. It's
If
Mia
anyone has more
Tamago.
notes to add, please do.
I've been taking my notes in the VTT. So that
I have two, but I
everyone
keep
can
copy
see.
pasting them places that people can see. I don't know where I would put all these notes. They're so.
What's your name? I'm Tamago. I'm the wife of Dr. Robotnik. I like eggs!
God,
You
what?
can call me
Egg shaped
Egg Woman.
He is the Eggman.
By the way, I'm going to say for the record, I think Sonic 3 is the best Sonic movie that they've made. I don't care what you say. Sonic 3 is the best Sonic movie. And it's almost like it is the most faithful Sonic movie to what Sonic is. And like you play Sonic Adventure 2 and it's basically Sonic Adventure 2. That's what it is. The only thing that was missing is Rouge the Bat, but they replaced her with Robotnik's like henchman, which is fine. Who's better looking, Robotnik's henchman or Rouge the Bat? I'm putting a poll up in my community page.
Yeah.
I don't know. What
You
does
send in all
Robotnik's
of your,
henchman look like?
Most detailed character art renditions.
I don't know. He looks like Is he like he looks Egyptian to me, or maybe Turkish. Like
So it's
somewhere
a
around
human.
that world. Yeah, he's just a man. He's just a guy.
Okay, then probably Robotnik's henchman. Sorry, guys, I'm not into animals.
Not into the bat with the huge baps.
Like, there's a recent joke that I saw that it's just like a big chest puff. Like, it's not really boobs; it's just a puff of fur.
It's just a puff of fur. Sure, why not? But hey, I love Sonic 3. It was stupid in the best ways possible.
And Robotnik finally got to piss on the moon.
I really love it. I love the suits that reflect. Spoilers, by the way. They wear these suits that reflect deadly lasers, but their heads aren't covered. But at no point in time do the lasers hit their heads at all. It's great. Like, why is their head covered? They don't need to. Who cares? Who the hell cares? It's awesome.
It's Jim Carrey dancing with himself.
It's great. It's the best.
Okay, so we made it to the estate.
You made it to the estate. You can go on inside.
Everyone is just staring dumbly at this poor man.
We all.
Well, I was gonna start saying, well, it's a pleasure to see you again.
Yes, pleasantries.
We all get the pleasantries out of the way. Everybody bows politely, and it's great to see you. Hope your trip was safe. Please come inside. Basically, they're trying to get you in so you can freshen up and bathe and do all the things you need to, so you can have a proper meeting with everybody.
Why do all of you smell like dead leaves?
Rather than be out in the cold. After you've been putting out fires, so there's probably soot on you guys, especially since you've been investigating the stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I would love to take a bath. Who would like to join me?
I would be happy to help.
Say it faster.
I'm just trying to be helpful.
I too would
Young
appreciate
So
that.
literally did put his finger up and then just kind of stick it to his lips for a moment, like I shouldn't.
It's like, is it mixed bathing?
No.
Don't believe that most estates have mixed bathing.
This one does not.
It was a joke. Out of character, though.
I figured.
Mm-hmm.
You can take an indoor bath, but there's large outdoor hot baths. They're not hot springs, unfortunately, but they are kept warm through an underground, not underground,
Furnace?
but a furnace that is burning.
Mm-hmm.
That
Like
actually
George
would be nice.
Fellows putting the heat through the pipes. Yes.
It works kind of like old Roman baths.
Oh, so slaves are jumping up and down on bellows.
Kind of.
Probably more like servants refilling hot water.
There are
strategic
servants that can fill hot water, but it actually has a furnace in a small so there is the basin, and then there is a part that kind of goes out, and there's a furnace in there, and that furnace heats up the water. That water comes out and goes up and out, and then heats up the regular pool, while the cold water goes down to the bottom, fills back into that furnace area, comes back up, and so there's a circular kind of motion to this water as it heats up and cools down within its own kind of basin.
Or like stationary in a little lazy river. The water.
And that would mean you could also have your own perfect temperature control by just changing your position closer to where the hot water comes in to be warmer, or further away to be cooler.
True enough. And
No, I do not pee. That's just the hot water.
We're really far away from the spigot.
Shut up.
God, could you I could just imagine a funny scenario. It was like, Young So, are the ladies peeking at us? Get out of here, you perverts!
And of course, the pool is divided between male and female side.
And Young So's response to Daisuke saying such a thing in that situation would be, "Why? I'm not ashamed of anything."
If
They can
men
look all they
do
like.
the thing of ladies count, then we have to call them out too.
I think Kuranagi is gonna be having her fogged up glasses in the glasses on in the hot springs, and I'm just imagining that thing where she's like, "It's great having fogged up glasses because I can be looking anywhere and you'll never tell." And she's 2 inches away from Thor's booth.
He's like, please, for the love of God, I want to see clearly.
Navarin just third wheeling in the corner.
Well, if anybody has bath scene with particular character, I assume you can mark those down on your bingo cards if you got them.
Think about it.
Does that count as skinny dipping?
Nope, it counts as bathing.
Yeah, skinny dipping would be if you just went out for a swim.
Yep.
Naked.
Yeah,
What
naked.
about someone's genitals? Because I have that on my bingo card.
Well, are you gonna look, you weirdo?
No,
all you got
someone
is
else has
Youngso.
to.
Youngso, stand up.
Turn
I
around.
need to document this for my own
No.
uses later.
So, yeah.
Hey.
Bats.
My bingo
You
card.
gotta remember, Youngso has nothing to be ashamed of. He's unicorn, so he's already hung like a horse.
Oh, God.
You mean like a unicorn?
Oh God.
As you guys are finishing your bath, you notice there's some commotion happening on the island. And you look out, and there is another boat that is docked at the island's dock. And you definitely notice big lion mons on it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, well, this is a certainly active winter.
Well, they do own Pleasant City.
Yeah, so it's not that unusual to see that.
Mind you, they don't own any of the city. The unicorn don't own this city. The dragon
They
don't own this
occupy
city. The lion don't own this city.
They just have like a sector. They
Yeah.
just have a sector where they kind of are like closer to it, right?
Yeah.
And try to exert their influence.
So
But they don't actually have an official part of the city.
what used to happen with the city was it would constantly be in the midst of wars, and then one clan would claim it all, and then another clan would claim it all, and then another clan would claim it all, right? Sometimes there would be an uneasy peace where one clan would have one part and the other clan would have two other parts or something like that. Until finally the emperor was like, I don't want this happening anymore. I'm giving it to the Mia family, and they are now the stewards. No clan can take this city. It is the Mia's domain. It is my city. Because the Mia are an imperial family, he's the emperor. He said it's his city, and he is
Take that, fuckers.
overseeing it himself with his personal family.
So everyone else can kick rocks, basically.
That's right. So while each area has predominantly those kinds of people in it, and there is a lord that presides in that kind of is there to oversee the peace of those kinds of people and to make sure the laws are being followed. Like, hey, stop doing that. You can't tell us what to do. We're a dragon. And then, so he's like, you, dragon guy, you're in charge of this part of town to make sure that everybody follows my orders here. And that's basically how it works. That's what oh god, what's his name? That's what Kitsu Satoru was for the lion
The
part of the
lion.
town. He was basically the lion lord of Lion District.
Yeah.
What do we think the chances are that the lion have heard that what we've done with Kitsu Satoru?
Oh, they
and
100%
we're
know.
here? No, I'm not finished. And they know we're here, and that's why they're here. They're here for us.
They might
specifically.
be. You don't know.
Naren's going to suggest let's finish up quickly.
That said, you are the guests of Miyagenda, and if they decide to take you, Miyagenda is obligated to defend you. And
We remember, I just want to, because it's been like a few months, I want to remind everybody that when we got all that information about who was involved in the Gazoku, we found out that the Mia are basically being completely subverted by the Gazoku, and the Gazoku are the ones who are making like indirect contact with the Imperial family and with the Emperor, and they're like cutting the Mia out of all of the decision making. We also found out that the people in the Great Conspiracy are the lion, scorpion, crane, and deer, and the sparrow. And then the crab, phoenix, unicorn, dragon, and minor clans were like could be swayed, and we don't know if they were like further in it. But the lion are definitely a part of it, big time.
Mind you, within each of those clans, there are people who are not Gazoku and people who are Gazoku.
But they're in deep, basically.
But they're kind of independent. They don't like if you're if you are not Gazoku and you're in a clan that's controlled by the Gazoku, like Doji Daisuke, like Shisuro Kuranagi.
You're probably going to be serving the Gazoku without knowing it.
Exactly.
But you're not necessarily part of it.
And if you're Gazoku and you're part of, let's say, the Dragon Clan, that's not... You're probably there to kind of subvert them or make them more in line with the Gazoku.
Exactly. It's just, the difference is whether or not the leadership is deep into Gazoku, really.
Exactly.
Like, is the Gazoku openly calling the shots, like, as far as we know, or are they still struggling to get a foothold?
That's exactly correct.
But Lion, they're deep in it, so...
Okay, well, what are you doing?
Getting out of the bath.
Getting dressed, getting your weapons on.
Yep.
And you guys, are you going to go to the meeting hall? Or are you going to are you going to avoid this?
Well, I want to find out what's going on.
Go to the meeting room.
All right, off to the meeting room.
Information
Everybody?
is better than no information, but we should perhaps ask our hosts if we can interject here.
You're very welcome to go to the meeting hall. Yes.
Okay. As long as they're not like desiring that we stay away from the situation, then I see no reason.
In fact,
to.
Yeah, we need information.
There are some Mia house guards and Karu house guards that come up to meet you to and ask if you would like to be escorted there for extra protection.
Yeah. Love that.
Okay.
Great.
They will go ahead and do that.
Feel like we could probably decline the escort, except it would be good to take it to show the lion that are here that we are like we are with this family, like kind of like take that stance rather than presenting ourselves as independent. You know what
We're
I
here
mean?
with the band.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have the protection of the Mia as a reminder if we show up with their escort.
Okay.
Depends on how independent we want to be, but I think we could use the allies.
We need allies. That's what we came here for.
You go to the meeting hall, and there is a sizable contingent of lion. There is about, I'm going to say, like 12 lion. Most of them are samurai, and a familiar face leading them. This
what?
is
Ikoma?
Ikoma Mitsuo.
Oh. Mitsuo was the hothead.
He was the dumb wrestler who really wanted to wrestle with Moshi Sora, right?
No, that was Akita.
No,
The
okay.
Ikoma was the one that tried to challenge you, and that you ended up beating the shit out of.
Oh, that's right. I'm sure he's going to be super
He
thrilled to see
he was
me.
one of the contestants and being
Didn't I hurt his
Against
arm
him.
really bad?
Yeah.
I think I did.
That sounds familiar.
I think I gave him like a permanent wound on his arm or something.
So he was he was the favorite to
win.
To win the poetry contest. He did not. He challenged you all because he was like, you open the palanquin, and you didn't. So he had the guards come in to open it. You did not, so you basically had a clash, and you guys won. And he is here now.
Because we were trying to sneak Kengo out through the palanquin, right?
That's
like
right.
Kengo and he wanted to stop him from leaving the city or something like that?
Yep.
Well, Kengo and Moto Noman were occupied in that palanquin.
Well, but the bigger picture wasn't that they were boning in the palanquin. It was that they were trying to leave the city, I think.
It was that they were boning in the palanquin. Yeah.
I meant that he didn't open the palanquin because he wanted to see them boning, right? It was because he was trying to stop them from leaving.
So he didn't get a permanent wound.
Or did he want to see them boning really bad?
He got severely wounded in his fire ring.
And I had the rank right after. So the dude really got twisted in that poetry contest because, as I said, Daisuke got the apprenticeship, and I was the one right behind Daisuke.
As you are walking in, Ikoma Mitsuo is addressing Miyagenda, and he says, Miya-sama, thank you for receiving us here. And he says, of course, as caretaker of the Lion District, I would, of course, receive you if you have important news and messages. It says, we have one of the most important news from the Emperor from Winter Court. And he hands over a scroll, which Miyagenda accepts. Well, somebody accepts it for him and then gives it to him, and he opens it up and reads it. And Ikoma Mitsuo will say what's in the scroll. He says, this is an order from the Emperor from Winter Court, relieving the Mia of the city of the Rich Frog, and handing it over to Lion hands. This is now Lion territory. Genda reviews it. He nods solemnly. He says, Ikoma Mitsuo, this is the middle of winter. There is no place for someone of my stature, an imperial family member in high regard, to go during this time. While you are lord of this city for now, this household honor would dictate that I remain in this household until the season permits enough for me to leave. And Ikoma Mitsuo, he kind of hesitates for a second. An advisor comes up, kind of whispers in his ear. He says, yes, of course. There's no way we could... This holding here on the island will remain in your care, Miyagenda, until you are ready to leave. Please make arrangements as soon as possible and keep in touch with me at my estate within Lion District. He says, of course, of course. The Mitsuo kind of eyes you all who come in and are listening to this. And he says, I did not realize you had guests. Such familiar faces, he says. These are honored guests here. They will be staying with me until the end of winter. He says, I see. I see. Well, welcome back to the city of the Rich Frog. And he will give you all a bow.
I will, of course, bow back.
You will make a respectful bow.
Miyagenda will say, Ikoma Mitsuo, is there any more news or information you would like to impart? He says, the Mia family will you be moving back to Mia Palaces? If you are, I suggest you take all of your family. We wouldn't want you to get hurt in what seems to be an upcoming confrontation that will be surrounding this city very soon. He says, there are a lot of people who have homes here. He says, yes, of course. But I wish all of the Mia, all of them, to vacate my city. Miyagenda bows and he says, I understand. All right. And then Miyagenda says, I would love to keep you for dinner, but I did not make enough for all of my guests and for you all. And Mitsuo nods and he says, I understand. We have come... We did not say that we were coming, so I understand that your hospitality has its limits currently. We will return to Lion District. Of course. My guards will see you safely out. Sasha, I can't hear you.
Oh, God damn it.
Did you say something?
Hello?
Hello?
Okay, we can hear you.
I was trying to be funny, and I made a funny voice, and I said, it's all Lion District now.
I heard a weird squeaky sound, probably through Tarek's microphone.
If there's anything you
tell
want
what
to
it
say to the lion
was.
before they leave, now is your chance.
I got nothing.
Naurin is refraining from saying anything so that she doesn't break decorum. Because she does not have nice things to say.
Hey, how's your arm?
Can I use something like culture or courtesy to deliver an apology for all the things that happened to Kitsu Satoru?
While also not apologize.
Yeah, basically putting shade on the lion and their involvement in things after we know that he got sent to Kunilands and was used as a tool. Is that something that I could do, or is that supposed to stay like quiet?
Sure, you can attempt to do that. You can use courtesy to put that. It's courtesy air.
Backhanded mention
or courtesy
that
fire,
reminds
maybe.
them that Kitsu Satoru is a traitor to the Empire.
I don't think it was being used that made him a tool.
Okay.
Also, I think it was Matt that fought this guy, and this guy was the one that wounded Matt in the face. I know we assumed it was me, because I'm usually the one dueling, but I think it was Matt. I think it was
This
Daisuke.
guy gave you your star, Matt. Doji Daisuke's
I'm
star.
surprised he doesn't have anything to say.
I can't hear Matt.
You're muted, Matt.
I think I fought him to a standstill. I wasn't gaining any ground until you took my place in the duel. That's what happened.
I think you're right. I think I had to swap you out.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah, we
might
swapped
be-
out.
I think you got.
You're the one that injured
I
him.
think you got your face scar and your disguise
You
blown
got your
from
face
that.
scar by this guy.
Yeah, so like I also kind of want to throw a little bit of shade too with Kuronagi, but Kuronagi already made the roll. But if I can, do a little bit of courtesy air, like I could also do that as well. Like be polite, but make it a little backhanded. If you're
Meanwhile, Youngso is just trying to go unnoticed because with the current tensions, if the Lion are
Is it
taking
TN2
over here,
Corey?
the Unicorn are not going to be happy.
So, in response to your
Is it TN2?
no,
Not okay.
it's TN3.
Okie and I guess I'll keep one of these.
Also, just to be clear, he was like trying to dance around the fact that he was demanding that Miyagenda get all of the Mia out of his city now, right? That
Yes.
was what I caught
That's
on to.
what was inferred. All of the Mia, which means
Implied.
He was like, you need to get all of the Mia out of the city or they will get hurt. I will hurt them, basically.
oh, he will hurt them. Yes.
Yeah.
And that
Okay.
technically means all of the Keru, which technically means all of the Keru Yakuza as well.
Yeah.
So all of the Keru, all of the gangs. So he wants to basically vacate the entire power structure.
Yeah, basically, and he wants Mia Genda to get all the gangs out.
To orchestrate it,
Yeah.
for him, so that
Uh-huh.
he doesn't have to deal with it.
And then if he doesn't, he can blame the Mia for
failing.
Yeah, for failing, for not getting all of these. Oh, they're the Keru still in town? Well, it looks like the Mia went back on their word and blah, blah, blah. You know, like...
He didn't promise anything. It's everybody's own choice whether they leave.
Oh, great. Somebody left. It was Tarek.
No!
Now I gotta change everybody around.
It's so weird how every time somebody enters or leaves the room, it pops up a little note. And it's just so random. It says,
For some reason, the browser,
dumplings over flowers.
The BTT. For some reason, the BTT kicked me out, and I had to log back in.
Oh.
But I think I saved my role. Yeah.
What were you saying, Crystal, when we came back in? Because obviously we couldn't hear you.
Oh, I think it's funny how every time somebody enters or leaves, it puts up a little note in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
And it doesn't have anything to do with anything.
So I was gonna spend my 2 opportunity to notice a detail about the character, the Ikoma, to see an advantage or disadvantage, or establishing a new detail about the NPC if you'd like.
An advantage or disadvantage?
Advantage, disadvantage, or establish a new detail.
He has powerful allies. That's his advantage. Powerful allies. So he'll turn to you. And he's going to make this a contested roll. Because he's gonna say something back. Why not? So you made that a difficulty 3. Three 3PO. Oh shoot, that's wrong. First off, that's all wrong. His social has gone up since then. Here we go. Okay, it's fire. Difficulty 3. Roll. All right, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yep. He's apply all the strife. All the strife, he takes it. Okay. So he says, It is biting what you say to him, and it makes him want to respond. And he turns and he says, "Yes, Mia Genda is a traitor to the Emperor, to the
Mia
Empire."
Genda? Not Kitsu Satoru?
I'm sorry, not Mia
Kitsu
Genda.
Satoru.
Satoru, yes. Kitsu Satoru is a traitor to the Empire. You are absolutely correct. He was a bumbling fool. And what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something very, very important. Hold on. Man, I hate it when a die roll gets in the way of my thought process and it derails everything.
Or you say the wrong name, and
Yeah,
you're
I
like,
said the
wait,
wrong
what?
name, I got very
I said the wrong name.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have interrupted. I should have let you finish your thought and then asked if it was Kitsusatoru, but I was immediately caught off guard. I
Yeah.
was like, wait, what?
Walked in here and was
fool.
like, "Fuck
You're a
you,
traitor in your own house.
Yeah.
I was so confused. I was like, okay, I guess we're gonna fight.
Was it like a plot point you were trying to
Yes.
or...
Kitsu Satoru was a traitor and got caught by the Unicorn Clan doing all sorts of machinations to them. But also, the Unicorn are traitors. And those that ally themselves with the Unicorn Clan will die a traitor's death. I hope you have a good time in this city. Maybe we'll cross paths again.
As long as it is under the governorship of Miyagenda, and hopefully under yours in the future, I'm sure the streets will be clean, and we'll have no worry about these rivers running red with blood.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, in these trying times, it would seem that enemies abound on all sides.
It appears enemies are abound on all sides. Peace, if peace is an option, there must be a great amount of will for it. Will that I have yet to see. But we still have a month before the
Certainly,
spring
though,
thaw.
there is a great amount of will within you to wrangle such threats.
I am just an arm of our emperor, and I do his will.
Then you must have a great reservoir of willpower within you to be able to be trusted to exercise such will from your lord.
Speaking of arms, how is yours? Has it healed well?
Yes, it has. And I am ready and willing for more trouble ahead. Anytime you want.
Perhaps I'll
It
take you
gives
up
a
on
smug
that.
look.
Perhaps I'll
Uh,
take you up on that, but not right now. After all, I would hate to cause any trouble for our gracious hosts, the Mias.
Well, perhaps I will see you again this winter.
Of course. Do be safe. This town can be quite treacherous.
And they will leave.
I have to admit, out of character, when he said, "Unicorn are all traitors," Youngso immediately had the thought of, "Oh, I'm murdering this man in his bed at some point." And I am glad I chose the aspect of, I'm staying back and kind of hidden. I'm going unnoticed during this meeting.
Naren is the party's attack dog. She got tired of his threats, so she's like, I'll remind you I kicked your ass once. You should leave before I do it again.
I feel like that's very
Kick your ass
Naren.
across the river.
It's a very Naren thing to do.
And Daisuke would have given him smug looks, like, just kind of like, pointing at his scars, like, hey, I still look dashing in this.
The combo between Naren being upfront and confrontational and Kuranagi being a little withdrawn and confrontational is like on full display.
Woof.
Okay, that's it. The
Like
lion
spice
left.
in a dish
Y'all
with
are with
black
the
pepper
Mia?
and chili.
Y'all are with the Mia. Kuni Kamikishi. She says, well, this was an interesting time here. Unfortunately, I have to go. I have to go meet with the Unicorn Advisors and talk about more of our alliance. If you need me, I will be staying within the Unicorn District.
We will certainly come and find you.
Please
And if you need
watch
us,
yourself in the city. I have no doubt the Lion will start staking their claim immediately, and due to their immense dislike for us, this particular individual, they may try to target you.
or have others do so for them.
Well,
If you need assistance,
I am a formidable Shugenja. I should be fine. And the Lion, even though that they have control, technically have control over the city, they don't have control of this city. They don't have the manpower to cover this city. Nobody did. That's why the city is in the state it is to this day.
true.
Well said.
If there is anything we can do to be of assistance, Miya-sama, please feel free to reach out to us.
I understand. I only say so not to assume you are incapable, but only because Mitsuo is bullheaded and brazen enough to launch, has been bullheaded and brazen enough to launch an attack on us before, and I do not believe that he may not do so again.
I would like
Yes,
to point
nice.
out that he seemed quite reserved today, and perhaps that wound you gave him was an object lesson he took to heart, and he may be a more formidable opponent this time.
I will not underestimate him. None of us will.
It would be foolish to.
If he wishes to control this city, I'm sure he must learn to
It has been
be more subtle.
A hothead would have shied away from that remark about apparently a duel you had with him, but he seemed to he seems to be okay with it, which might be even more of a hint that he might be prepared the next time.
It has been over a year. I would be surprised if he hadn't grown nearly as much as we have in that same time.
Well,
Or more.
I have not
That
met
time-
I have not met this man until today. But if you need help, you can call upon me if I need help. I thank you for the ability to call upon you as well.
We are ever your loyal allies.
When
but-
should we come to find you? How long do you expect your progress? With
I will
the
be
unicorn-
I will be at the Unicorn Lord's Manor. The Unicorn
No,
Lord's
I
house.
said when, not where. Like, when should we come and check up on her? Basically, does she have a estimate?
He.
He? Okay. no.
Kamikishi? Is
Yeah.
it she? We're talking to
That's what I thought.
Kuni Kamikishi.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought we were talking to Genda. I'm sorry.
No. We're Kuni Kamikishi. The Kuni who needs to go to the unicorn because you guys are invited to Miyagenda's place. She is not.
Not her. Yeah.
I see. So she's walking her
She's doing
sexy
unicorn stuff.
spider.
But I figure we're
Yeah,
also
it's outta here.
supposed to be sort of in the loop on what's going on in Unicorn Lands, since we're like kind of
Yeah.
working under them.
So what you
officially.
know is that Moto Minomen is in Unicorn Lands getting an army together in order to defend her territory and herself when the lion come calling in spring.
When the lion come crawling
She is
down.
not in the city, but I'm sure you can get messages to her via the Unicorn in the Unicorn District. There is somebody in charge of Unicorn District here. Maybe somebody you know, but you don't know who that is right now. But you can go calling on, you can go there, and knock on the door and be like, hey, we're here to see the Unicorn Lord. Same thing in Dragon territory, same thing in Lion territory, right?
I
The
wonder if
dragon
that
hasn't
is still there.
declared side yet, but this move of the lion taking over the city of the rich frog may push them towards the unicorn.
Pardon, what'd you say?
I said the dragon may be currently undeclared on which side between unicorn and lion, but with the lion taking over this city, it may push the dragon towards the unicorn.
I doubt it. The Goku are making everyone like Naren speaks quietly to Ide Yangso and says the Gozoku are making it seem as though the unicorn are traitors to the Empire. I doubt, without the knowledge of what is truly going on, anyone would willingly side with us at this point in time.
Here's the biggest problem.
Subtle support is better than no support.
I want to give you the biggest problem here. Is that the Gozoku have captured the Emperor.
Yep.
And however way they're doing it, they're manipulating his edicts to be their edicts.
That's why I didn't even bother asking if we could inspect the order to see if it was official, because we did that last time and it was.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
They've captured him somehow, and they're using him to get all the leverage they can. But the dragon, the daimyo, the clan champion of all of the dragon clan,
Killed himself.
protested this with his own life. And yet the dragon are still not on the side of the unicorn. They still seem like a neutral party. So, something's going on with the dragon.
Which is why I said I wonder if the Kitsuki's still here, because she shot straight with Kuranagi last time I was here. I'd be interested in hearing from her.
Now, at this point in time, I do want to ask, did we all share, like, in character, did we all share our Giris together, or do we need to take time aside to kind of, like, say, hey, this is what we were tasked with?
I don't think Kuranagi can share her Giri with anybody.
I would never assume that we shared our Giris unless they are explicitly said in game.
So,
Yeah.
Because Giris tend to be secret goals by clans that may or may not be chosen to be shared by them.
secret.
last game, you guys actually, last season, when you talked about your Giris, you said we should share our Giris so we can all, like, work on them together, unless they are specifically secret. Y'all did say that. So, it is up to you whether you want to share that Giri or not. It is not technically a betrayal of anybody to share what your orders are, unless it's specifically a clan secret,
Yeah.
which Kuranagi's is specifically a clan secret.
Yeah, that's why I said mine. It was like, Kuranagi probably doesn't, because hers are usually secret.
Daisuke is willing to share? And...
Youngso, yours was technically don't tell anybody. Yeah, so Youngso, you're like, don't tell anybody you don't trust, and don't tell anybody in the Unicorn Clan that you're doing this. Specifically.
Have you got video from James? He looks frozen.
James,
online.
he's not frozen.
Okay.
This comes from your uncle, your namesake. Don't tell anybody in the Unicorn family you're doing this. Make sure the only people you know are ones you trust implicitly with your life.
Mm-hmm.
Naren prefers to keep her Giris on a need-to-know basis.
And
But I will say, Kuranagi is always interested in hearing what other people have to do.
And Daisuke is willing to share because it seems that it will work in not only the group's favor to kind of collaborate on it, but also would help, our Mia allies in the city too. So,
What is your Giri?
all right, well,
We simply stepped away, excused ourselves.
No, we're
or
saying this
we
right
said
in front of the
right in
Mia.
front of all the Mia. Or is this an out-of-character conversation?
You can, y'all can get together
an
and
out-character conversation, so...
Yeah,
Just
y'all can-
clarifying,
I'm
because
willing-
Corey
I'm willing to,
sometimes
separate
oh,
the
so you
team.
said all of this in front of XYZ.
No,
Corey,
no.
how long are we planning on going tonight?
We can end pretty soon here. I was gonna go to
yeah, it's been
8:40
about
because we started about 10
almost
minutes
2
late.
hours.
So we're pretty much done. Y'all can have like a meeting where you talk about your Giris if you want privately.
Okay. Then I'll say that all Youngso has told you guys about his is that there is someone he needs to find, and he can't tell you what he needs to do with that person.
Understood. Well, from the Giri that my daimyo gave to me, he told me to repair the fracture of the Keiru family and perhaps maybe gain the favor of the Mia for the service. So if we could perhaps reunite the totality of the Keiru, it might work to our benefit collectively.
And I have been tasked with finding out about the Sage of Blood, how she is related to me and my family.
I wouldn't be surprised if she does make an appearance eventually.
Yeah, and when Moshi Sora says that, Youngso does have a twitch and holds his head for a moment.
We still have her heart, correct?
I thought, no, didn't Sora have to turn that into her family? Wasn't that a part of her Giri?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. On the heart thing, there is no messenger you can really grab to take that back to Centipede Clans. So
Yeah.
you still have that heart.
And you have to make the delivery yourself, I assume.
I
How
mean, you can't usually be sending body parts through the mail.
That said, your mother is here in town as a guest of the Dragonfly family. I mean, you bugs have to stick together, right?
Convenient.
Okay. So sages, people needing some stabbings, from what I'm gathering, and potentially reuniting a bunch of gangs into one major gang.
Right.
I can kind of work with that.
All right. I think we got a lot done here. I gave you some good stakes. I gave you a perfect villain, I hope.
I like it. I like it.
I showed you kind of the state of the city, at least a small taste of what's going on here and the turmoil that's happening.
The little bit of nastiness we have to go through.
So welcome back to the City of the Rich Frog. I hope you enjoyed this game, everybody. And thanks to everybody
Just as
who's...
dirty as I remember.
I missed the political intrigue. I'm tired of trudging through the dirty forest, Grandpa.
We're
You
back.
my friend Walker Horsies.
It's season 4 of Shadow Empire called The Dead Unicorn. Is that going to be confusing to anybody, by the way?
Yes. Yes, it was.
The game is
confusing
called The
to
Dead
me.
Unicorn. The channel is called The Dead Unicorn.
Oh, this portion is called the Dead Unicorn.
Yes.
That's great.
Sorry,
Yes.
James.
Because the line are going to kill them all.
I'll get to work on making a new character then.
And just keep them out hot topic.
No, like the name The Dead Unicorn is going to have some like really cool stuff associated with it as you play this adventure.
Makes sense.
There will be a lot to it.
Yeah.
And I was thinking
Love it.
about a little bit of wordplay too when you said that they will kill them all. I was like, oh no, they're going to destroy the mall. MALL.
Yeah.
Hence why I
Okay.
mentioned hot topic.
Would they use a maul to maul them?
Of
We're
course.
still on stream, right? We haven't signed off
Right
yet.
down the hall.
I mean, malls are dying all on their own, but that's a different story. You want to end the game? Are we ready to end?
I believe
XP
I
so.
think we're done, right?
Oh yeah, Wargiz, Return of the Keyrin. The Keyrin will have a definite role to play in this story arc.
Ooh.
Okay. From Crystal, Matt, James, Sasha, and Tarek, my name is Corey.